Hello everyone, my name is Yaran. I'm from class D5H, and today I would like to talk about an endangered animal species. But first, let's understand what endangered species mean. Endangered species is a type of animals that are at risk of becoming extinct. In other words, it may disappear in the future if we don't protect them. And the endangered animals I will talk about in this presentation is a polar bear. My presentations have four parts. The first one is information about the polar bear. The second one is why they are endangered and the current situation. The third one is what we have done to protect them. And the last one, I will tell you the solutions. Now, the first part. So the polar bears is a large white Arctic bear that live in a cold environment. It can belong to many animals group, but the main group is marine mammals. If you don't know what marine mammals mean, it means a group of animals that spend much of their life on the sea ice and hunting in the ocean. Now let's discover their natural habitats. The polar bear live in a cold, windy, and snowy environment, and especially near the coastline or the island. Do you know why they only live in a cold place and not in other places? Because they have a thick layer of fur and fat, which keep them warm in the cold temperatures. And they depend on the sea ice for most important parts of their life, like hunting, resting, and sleeping. And if you want to discover or see them, there are some places where they can live. For instance, Greenland, Norway, Russia, Alaska, and Canada. And now I will talk about some physical characteristics of polar bear. The polar bear have two types of thick layer. The first one is close to their skin. The second one is made of a longer hair, which work like a raincoat. Under the skin, they have a thick layer of fat, which is up to 11 centimeters, which can help them keep them warm in freezing temperatures. And they also have large paws that can help them catch their food easily, and a large neck, big head, and a strong leg help them swim well in a long distance. The polar bears have many behaviors that help them survive in the cold environment. The first, that they usually hunt alone and can swim in a long distance every day. The second, the mother bear are very protective and they take care of their cubs up to 2 years. The last is when the food is rare and they cannot find the foods, they will rest more and move slowly to save the energy. And here's, I will tell you, wait. Okay, so, and here I will tell you three reasons why they are endangered in the current situation. The first reason is climate change. Climate change is the biggest risk. It causes the ice to melt and destroy their habitat. The next is hunting. Hunting is another reason because there are so many people hunt them just for food, clothing, and sell their skin. So it makes the number of the polar bear each year decrease. The last reason is a lack of food. So the polar bear usually use the hole on the ice to wait for their fruits or some of the fish. But if the ice melt, that means no place for them to hunt and they have to swim a long distance to find more food. And now is a current situation. So some of the scientists predict that there are about 26,000 polar bears left in the world, and if the climate change continues, 30% of the polar bear will disappear by 2050. And but there is still hope. Here's what we people have done to protect the polar bears. The first is creating protected areas. The next is reducing the use of non-renewable energies like fossil fuels and raising the awareness. And last one is taking action to slow down the climate change. And here is some solutions that like things what we should do in the future to protect the wildlife. First is I think is use of clean energies. Like we should use wind or solar or hydroelectric to protect the environment. Next is save the electricity at everywhere. Like when we don't use electrical equipment, we should turn them off to save electricity. And the last is join some environmental volunteer activities to protect the wildlife. Like we can join some activities about planting the trees and collecting rubbish, or some competitions about writing the passage to tell your opinion about the endangered animals. And that is the end of my presentations. Do you have any questions? I think that is their skin, like they have a two types of layer. The first one is cultural skin, and the one is which work like a raincoat. And under the skin, they also have a thick layer of fat, will keep them warm in the freezing temperatures. Why planting trees could help save polar bear? Like the planting trees will make the environment better, and it will take slow down the climate change, and the ice will it will slow down the ice melting. Okay. I think some the okay, so I will find that and tell you later. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.